Hello and welcome to another TLDR EU video. With Brexit negotiations hitting a brick wall, we've been using this series to take a look at EU negotiations past, present and future. So in this video, we'll take a look at another Nordic country's position in the European Union, that of Iceland, and what the future might hold for them. Before we do though, a quick shout out to our enamel pin badges. We sell a variety of badges featuring our Countries with Shoes designs, and now with the release of Season 5, we have every single EU country represented, with Season 5 adding Lithuania, Luxembourg, Malta, Hungary, the Czech Republic, Croatia, Slovakia, Slovenia, Latvia and Greece to the collection. To celebrate the 5th season, anyone who orders 3 or more pins will get a random badge added to their order. The link to the store can be found in the description. Iceland's history with the European Union is somewhat difficult to say the least. Its relationship, like many other countries that are linked to the EU, is underpinned by its membership of the European Free Trade Association and the European Economic Area, having joined EFTA all the way back in 1970, allowing it to experience the benefits of an ever-growing European community. In 1972, Iceland signed a bilateral free trade agreement with what was then known as the European Economic Community, leading to a cessation of new import duties and an incremented decline in customs duties. Since then, Iceland has further integrated with the EU by signing up to the Schengen area, the passport-free travel zone, and the Dublin Agreement on asylum policy. All in all, meaning that Iceland participates in the European single market, makes certain financial contributions to the EU budget, must follow a significant proportion of EU legislation, and can participate, with no voting rights, in a number of EU agencies and programmes, notably the likes of Erasmus+. From a quantitative point of view, the EU is Iceland's single largest trading partner, making up 53% of Iceland's trade in goods, followed only by the UK at 8.1%, the US at 8%, Norway at 7.9%, and China at 5.2%. In 2019, some €3 billion worth of goods were imported into Iceland from the EU, with exports just slightly less than 2.8 billion. On the services front in 2018, EU exports to Iceland totaled €1.4 billion, and imports 1.3 billion. So it seems to be pretty successful, but the question is Iceland's relationship enough, or is further integration on the cards? During the aftermath of the financial crisis, there was considerable talk as to whether Iceland should push forward and join the euro. For some, membership of the EU, and specifically the euro, was seen as a safe haven following the collapse of their own domestic currency, so much so that in 2009, Iceland formally began the process of joining the EU, at a time when the Icelandic krona had lost half of its value, and when Iceland had become the first Western European nation in over 25 years to appeal to the International Monetary Fund for financial assistance. However, things subsequently changed. Having applied for membership back in 2009, 4 years later in 2013, following a change in government, accession negotiations were put on hold. Then in March of 2015, it dropped its bid altogether, with Iceland's foreign minister writing, "Iceland's interests are better served outside the European Union," with Iceland's government as a whole requesting that Iceland should not be regarded as a candidate country for EU membership. The issue here was public opinion. According to MMR, an Icelandic polling agency, there was far from being a majority in support of membership, with opposition spiking in 2013 at 65%, evening out to about 50% in recent years. That's not to say that the Icelandic don't want a referendum on the issue. In fact, in 2015, 79% of people supported a referendum on the continuation of accession negotiations, despite only 30% of them actually favouring membership. The question being, why did the Icelandic change their minds so quickly? The biggest domestic stumbling block seems to be the issue of fishing. By being a member of the European Economic Area, Iceland is subject to all of the laws of the single market, except those on agricultural and fishing matters. That's because agriculture and fisheries are not covered by the EEA agreement. However, full EU membership would invariably require Iceland to sign up fully to the terms of the Common Agricultural Policy and the Common Fisheries Policy, allowing fishermen and women from across the European Union the unalienable right to access and fish in Icelandic waters. For a country where fishing takes such a prided place in society and the economy, directly employing some 9,000 people, or 5.3% of the workforce, and contributing 25% of GDP, giving up control of fisheries just isn't really an option. Although it's been reported that the EU would be prepared to offer concessions, to what degree this would patch over such a major issue is anyone's guess. Then comes the issue of past relations, specifically when it comes to the Icesave dispute. In the years preceding the financial crisis, Landsbanki, one of Iceland's largest commercial banks, launched savings accounts in both the UK and the Netherlands, with accounts offering sky-high interest rates, especially when compared to the current ones, leading British and Dutch residents to deposit substantial sums of money into Icesave accounts as interest rates continued to rise, at one point hitting 7.01% on a one-year fix. The issue being when the music stopped playing and Iceland's banking system collapsed. Iceland's government gained control of Landsbanki, Icesave's parent company, and immediately froze all Icesave deposits, leading to a political dispute developing between Iceland and the UK and Netherlands, with arguments as to who should be liable to pick up the costs and refund the depositors' money. At one point, the then UK Chancellor Alistair Darling and Prime Minister Gordon Brown invoked the Anti-Terrorism Crime and Security Act of 2001 to freeze Landsbanki's UK assets, putting the Icelandic bank on a treasury list of prescribed regimes alongside Lebanon, the Sudan, and Al-Qaeda. Despite the incident occurring some years ago, with the UK government eventually receiving in the region of £4.6 billion from the Landsbanki estate, it remains a point of contention, though with the UK no longer a member state, who knows to what extent. So what do you think? Are Iceland's interests best served outside of the European Union, or could the bloc lead to brighter things in the future? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be notified every time we release a new video. Special thanks to our Patreon backers who make videos like this one possible. And if you want to see your name listed at the end of the videos just like these people, then be sure to back us on Patreon. There's a link to that in the description.